The combat sports world was thrown into a frenzy after Naoya the Monster Inoue, fresh off a dominant victory over the tough and resilient Raymond Cardenos, wasted no time in calling out his next potential opponent, former unified champion Morogenic model. This bold and calculated move marked yet another major step in Inoue's relentless pursuit of total dominance in the super bantamweight division. His challenge didn't just spark excitement among hardcore boxing fans and analysts. It also caught the eye of UFC commentator and podcast powerhouse Joe Rogan, a longtime admirer of Inoue's elite skill set. Rogan, who's known for his deep knowledge and passion for combat sports, was visibly fired up. He discussed this potential showdown, dedicating a lengthy and enthusiastic segment of his wildly popular Joe Rogan Experience podcast to breaking down why this fight could be an instant classic, one that fans may remember for years to come. In one of his most fight-focused episodes, Rogan couldn't hold back his excitement as the conversation shifted to Inoue's next move. Inoue is fighting on another level, not just above his division, but above the sport right now. Watching him is like seeing a custom-built fighter in a video game where every attribute is maxed out to 99. Hand speed, power, footwork, accuracy, chin, recovery, fight IQ, everything. He's just different. This kind of high praise didn't surprise longtime listeners or fight fans who know Rogan's track record. He's consistently pointed to an OA as one of the most technically perfect and dangerously effective fighters he's seen across any combat sport, boxing, MMA, or otherwise during his decades immersed in martial arts. Rogan, being the thorough analyst that he is, took considerable time to properly analyze and give due credit to models' impressive credentials and championship pedigree, refusing to simply dismiss the talented Uzbek fighter as just another potential victim for the destructive Japanese champion. Make no mistake here, MJ is a legitimately bad dude who belongs among the elite in this sport. That extensive amateur background with hundreds of fights, those lightning-fast hand combinations, the vicious body attack that breaks opponents down round after round. He's got all the necessary tools in his arsenal to give anyone in the division serious problems on any given night. However, ever the balanced commentator, the podcast host quickly tempered this well-deserved praise with a sobering reality check about what specifically makes Inoue such a uniquely difficult challenge that defies conventional preparation. The conversation took an even more animated and visually engaging turn as Rogan, his arms waving excitedly, began breaking down Inoue's physical attributes with the precision of a seasoned striking coach, examining footage of the perfect fighter. His hand speed is absolutely ridiculous, like blink and you'll miss it fast. His footwork is so mechanically perfect, it should be studied in boxing textbooks, but it's that concussive, fight-ending power in both hands that's just downright unfair for someone his size. Rogan marveled, his voice rising with each superlative. He's not just knocking guys out in highlight reel fashion, he's straight up erasing them from consciousness with single shots that land with the precision of a laser-guided missile. And the scariest part, that should terrify every potential opponent. He's visibly getting better and more refined with every single fight, adding new dimensions to his game, while maintaining that nuclear power in both fists. This detailed assessment perfectly aligns with what boxing experts and historians have been observing about Inoue's continued evolution as a complete fighter, even as he systematically cleaned out multiple weight divisions with the ruthless efficiency of a man on a historic mission to cement his legacy among the all-time greats. Rogan, never one to shy away from deep strategic analysis, spent several engrossing minutes speculating on how I might approach the fight from a tactical and strategic standpoint if a matchup comes to fruition. If I'm sitting in MJ's training camp right now, planning for this fight, I'm looking to make this as ugly and physical as possible from the opening bell. You've got to cut off the ring aggressively but intelligently, work the body relentlessly to slow him down and try like hell to take away Inoue's rhythm and comfort zone by any legal means necessary. However, true to his reputation for balanced analysis, he immediately followed this strategic suggestion with a crucial caveat that highlights Inoue's legendary adaptability. The terrifying problem that keeps coming up, though, is that we've seen multiple world-class opponents try exactly that game plan before. The difference within Inoue is that he adjusts and adapts faster than any fighter I've ever studied in my 30 years covering combat sports. You might think you're having real success for a round or two, then boom, seemingly out of nowhere, he's completely figured you out, and you're waking up on Queer Street wondering what the hell just happened. An especially fascinating and nuanced segment of Rogan's comprehensive analysis focused on the psychological warfare aspect of the potential matchup, an area where he demonstrated particularly keen insight drawn from his decades of studying fighter mentalities. What people often overlook about Inoue is that his aura and reputation have become weapons in themselves when a guy is that naturally calm under fire, that quietly confident without being arrogant, and has that kind of highlight reel, knockout reel behind him where he's dismantled every style put in front of him. It inevitably gets an opponent's heads long before they even step in the ring. This intangible but very real factor could prove crucially important against a fighter of ECMO's caliber who, despite his extensive championship experience and amateur pedigree, has never before faced someone with an unique combination of technical mastery, fight-ending power, and that indefinable aura of invincibility that seems to grow with each dominant performance. Rogan, drawing from his encyclopedic knowledge of combat sports history, began drawing thoughtful parallels between Inoue's current dominance and other all-time great fighters across various disciplines, providing valuable context for newer fans. He's got that same undeniable vibe as Prime Anderson Silva in his UFC reign